Production.
Hello and welcome to the University of Georgia Lacrosse YouTube channel, where the Dawgs will be taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils here at the intramural fields in Athens, Georgia. The Dawgs come into the game with a 3-5 record on the season after a couple of tough losses on the road. The Sun Devils of Arizona State come into today's game with a 3-4 record. And your starting lineup for the Dawgs at attack: Sam Wheeler, Andrew McLaughlin, and Rory Kavanaugh. At midfield, Brendan Nolly, Kevin Edwards, and Eli Morin. At defense, Aiden Williams, Dylan Casey, and Andrew Robinette, and starting in goal is number 13, Steven Sutton. Starting off at face-off, as always, is Luke Wright for the Dogs. It's face-off there, and we are a go here. Fighting for it in the Dog zone. Still on the ground fighting for it. Going all the way back to behind the goal. They will call a push in the back. And it will be Arizona State ball. It's now looking to clear it. Passing it back to the goalie. It's number 28, Shaw. And a nice clear there for the Sun Devils. They're moving it around now, settling it down in their offensive zone. Back to their attackman, number 2, Decker. One of 2 Deckers, this one being Kyle. And now starting the Dodge is Rome. Getting stopped up by Jacob Peach, the defensive midi for the Dogs. Now looking for a pass shot, saved by Sutton. That was Decker again with the shot. And a nice save by the thigh of Sutton. Now fighting for it, and it ends up in the stick of Sutton. Great early defensive stand for the Dogs as they look to clear it now. Passing it out to Casey, looking to get it across the midfield line. He finds Edler. And settling it down now. Edler still with it as they get Alman and Paolo on the field. Edler starting his dodge, going down the alley. Moving it around behind the goal to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh now moving it up. Out to Alman. Back out to Paolo, sets up his dodge. Over to McLaughlin. His shot goes wide.
Let's go, boys! Hey, Jerry on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jerry!
So now it will be Kavanaugh back after he wins the chase. Shot clock will not reset quite yet. Kavanaugh finds shot, scores! That was Wheeler. And a great assist by Kavanaugh to put it in the back of the net. And an early lead here for the Dogs, as their offense, which has been a tough spot all season, gets a great goal there.
There we go, boys.
Yeah, good move by Kavanaugh to get out in front, and of course he had the danger of taking the shot, so the goalie leaning one way, the pass goes the other, and then an easy put into the back of the net on the bounce shot. Puts the Dogs up 1-0. The momentum they need early after they're on a bit of a cold streak here, Ren.
Absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, a couple of tough losses down at Florida and Florida State. So far, defense with a nice possession, not allowing the goal, and then coming back the other way. And now we are having some shot clock problems.
It's interesting because the refs were told before that the shot clock, the IR emitter for it, hasn't been working as well as we would like, but we'll try and power through it.
Looks like we're good now. Facing off Luke Wright, going up against Rodriguez for the Sun Devils, and a nice win picked up by Jacob Peach. He'll get it off, and he'll get off the field. Now out to Edler as they get that line that was just on, the one with Alman, Paolo, and Edler on the field. And Paolo will get the party started. As he works down to his right hand, Passing it out to Kavanaugh. Andrew McLaughlin now working over the top. He cuts back, his shot goes wide. Georgia will win the chase, so Sam Wheeler will start with it back behind the goal. Sam Wheeler starting his dodge. He works under, cuts back, looking for a pass to Paolo. His shot goes wide, and there's a flag on the field. It looks like it will be on the Sun Devils as we wait. That will be a slash on the Sun Devils, so now a man-up opportunity here to extend the lead for the Dogs. Man-up has been sort of iffy for the Dogs all season. Now up to Rory Kavanaugh. He moved it to Edler. Now working it the other way. Behind the goal. Back to Paolo underneath. His pass to Edler. Shot. Saved by the thigh of Shaw. On the ground now, fighting for it. Heading the other way. It's number 1, Keelty. In transition, shot, scores. So a man down goal for the Sun Devils ties it up. That was number 27, Lohman, again on transition as they found the defenseman out of position and were able to get a nice clean shot off that just got past the legs of Sutton.
Yeah, just a lackadaisical job on the Georgia end after not being able to scoop up the ground ball and really not attacking it and trying to get it in the netting, and then that allows the Sun Devils to just run down the field, and really a big momentum swing as you think with being a man up, you're going to be able to put one in the back of the net, and it goes the other way. And we're all knotted up here early.
Absolutely, and now a face-off. This time it will be Johnston for the Sun Devils with the long pole. Still fighting for it. Luke Wright comes up with it after taking a few tough checks. He finds Huber, the LSM, on the offensive zone, and now settling it down are the Dogs once again.
And Ren, we have a broken stick in the middle of the field. That thing snapped as it gets thrown to the side.
Yeah, there was a tough fight for the ball there. And now Kavanaugh, his shot scores! Rory Kavanaugh with the assist by Wheeler. Finds top shelf. And after just seconds after the Sun Devils tied it up, Rory Kavanaugh with an outstanding shot to take the Dogs into the lead.
Yeah, and hopefully replay works here, as you can see. Looks like it is, as Georgia cuts in and is able to put one in the back of the net and get back in front. And some of the times we've seen this season, Georgia just hasn't been able to get on the board quickly and be high scoring. Right here, looks like maybe flip of the script.
So it'll be Wright and Rodriguez once again on the face-off, this time won by Luke Wright. He finds McLaughlin in the offensive zone. And so the Dogs having significantly more offensive zone time so far this game. And now Kevin Edwards starting with it. His dodge down to his left hand. He cuts back, trips, and falls. On the ground now. His stick comes loose. They will call a hold on the Sun Devils as they were holding Edwards down to the ground, is what the ref will call. And a fresh shot clock now. Edwards still with it. He moves it down to Wheeler. Wheeler setting up his dodge. His pass back out. And a shot saved. And now heading the other way. Once again in transition. Sun Devils looking for a shot here. That's Cups, the attackman, with the ball. He works it out to Eck. So nearly another transition opportunity for the Sun Devils, however, will be stopped by the defense of Georgia. Now still working it around. Eck setting up his dodge. He goes to the right, moving it down behind the goal. Rome now looking for a pass behind the goal. He'll take a long time. Finds Cups, but the ball goes wide and out of bounds. And it will be a Georgia ball. So a lucky break there for the Dogs as a bad pass makes it head the other way. And Georgia with the ball now as Kavanaugh will take it, moving it up to Paolo. Alman now up, top right. He works down to his left, going down the alley, looking for a shot, scores! Ryan Alman extends the lead for the Dogs unassisted. That makes your score 3-1. Another great offensive chance there after a great defensive stop. Just goes to show that when you're working on one side, it can really help out the other. And having that offensive zone time that they've had for so long really makes the defense not as tired and able to make some stops. So we are back on the face-off. Rodriguez this time winning it. Trying to pass it back, but gets broken up. Picked up by Peach. Peach was looking to score, but passed it back out to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh over the top to Wheeler. His shot scores! A broken up pass by the Fogo for the Sun Devils. Goes the other way. And your Dogs now 4-1.
Yeah, a bit of an offensive onslaught happening here. Not something we're too used to early in the game, and the Dogs getting a little bit of fire under them as they're able to put that one in the back of the net, as you can see on the replay. Was so good once, we'll see it twice. Excellent job to put themselves on the board early.
Getting everybody involved in the scoring. Luke Wright fighting for it. He wins that. He'll look back for some help to get the ball out. He finds Wheeler. Georgia settling it down. Maintaining their run of just keeping it in their zone. Paolo now, the quick midfielder. Loves to dodge. He'll do so. He goes to his right. Looking for Wheeler. Can't connect. And they will say Sam Wheeler stepped in the crease, which is a turnover, and will be heading the other way. So Shaw finding the midfielder for a clear. Working it down now. They're going to want to take their time, give their defense a rest, and also make sure that they have the right play that can get them a goal and maybe try and cut into some of this Georgia lead. So Teeter now dodging his shot, scores! Matthew Teeter for the Sun Devils. Works down the alley. No one on his hands, and he releases it. Another bouncing shot as the Sun Devils make it 4-2. So a high-scoring game here. So we will have another face-off here. Fogo's getting a lot of work today. Another great win for Luke Wright. He takes a hard slash there, but he's heading towards the goal. He finds Wheeler. Wheeler's shot off the side of the net. Looked like it went in. And Shaw struggling with the ball. He gets it off to his defenseman. And now a nice move there by Yoon for the Sun Devils. As they clear it. Now with Eck once again, being guarded by Evan Mallon. Eck once again looking to make something happen. He finds Teeter. Back to Eck. Eck's shot saved on the ground by Sutton. And now Sutton still with the ball, looking for the clear. He moves it to Aiden Williams on the offensive side. He'll get rid of it and head to back to his side of the field. Now Kevin Edwards with the ball. He'll settle it down. Brendan Nolly now with the ball, looking to set up his first dodge of the game. Sets it up again, down the alley. He passes it back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin out to Edwards. Still moving around, Rory Cavanaugh behind the goal, working over the top. His shot, tipped, goes high, picked up, shot scored! A nice move there. Georgia extends the lead.
Dawgs absolutely dominating this game in possession right now, really making their presence known in the offensive zone. Great ball movement. See if we can keep that going here. Off this face-off where the Dawgs have also been dominant.
Absolutely, that was Paul Buckley, his first goal of the game. Now a new face-off man for the Dawgs. That's Perchekli. And on a technicality, it's heading the Dawgs' way. Quinn passes the ball off. Quinn Cavanaugh, sorry. Passes the ball off to Edwards.
Come on now.
As they will settle it down. Looking to dodge now, Edwards. Going down the left alley. Pass off to Wheeler. Working over the top, shot goes wide, but saved by Cavanaugh. Another shot, saved this time by Shaw. Two great shooting chances there. Neither one able to find the back of the net. Now heading the other way, high pass. Picked up by Casey, who finds Nolly in the middle of the field and quickly winds up back in the Dawgs' offensive zone. Now a shot, scores! Andrew McLaughlin makes it 6-2.
Arizona State really just can't pick anything up off the transition. It seems like they've been fumbling the ball around, really just not being able to maintain possession. And the Dawgs once again capitalize on these mistakes.
Absolutely, and as I said earlier, getting everybody involved in the scoring here. As that was McLaughlin's first of the game.
Go, boys.
So now Perchekli back on the face-off for the Dawgs, giving Luke Wright a bit of a break.
This Dawgs bench absolutely fired up right now.
Indeed, the boys are buzzing right now. Now fighting for it. Rodriguez can't seem to pick it up. He got a push in the back call though. And it will be heading the Sun Devils' way after Peach pretty much could only push him in the back, but nonetheless, still a turnover. As they will work it around now. Bit of a cold streak here, but McNeil setting up his dodge, working over the top, and scores! Number 13, Gartland, for Arizona State, cutting the lead, now 6-3, Dawgs. And Gartland just standing right in that crease, waiting for anything. And a quick turnaround shot. Finds the back of the net.
Hey, do y'all have zip ties? We need zip ties at the end of the quarter for the back of that cage.
Now Luke Wright back on there for the face-off. Still Rodriguez in. Evan Saunders on the field now for the first time. He picks it up. As they will settle it down in the Dogs offensive zone once again. Brendan Nolly up top. Dragging his man to the other side of the field, likely to set up a dodge. And he will. He'll cut back. Passes to McLaughlin. And out to Edwards. Edwards being guarded by Connor. He'll draw the slide and move it out. Looking over the top to Nolly. Nolly shot, scores! Brendan Nolly puts it in the back of the net on a nice bouncer and extends this Dogs lead.
Yeah, this Arizona State goalie really having a tough time in net as the Dogs seen this relentless attack every single time they get in the zone.
Absolutely, finding those skip passes has worked really well, as that was just ABC lacrosse, getting your man to slide and then moving it twice, shooting and scoring. So Luke Wright here on the faceoff. It will be a hold, and it will head the other way. Sun Devils ball.
Want to thank you all for tuning into the UGA Lacrosse channel. You've heard Ren Grimsley on play-by-play. We want to welcome David Eberly for his first time on this channel on color commentary, doing a great job. But we just want to ask you, like, subscribe. We love an active chat. Thank you all for watching, especially those Sun Devils fans. While we're enemies today, we appreciate you tuning in.
Yes, thank you, Joe. Now looking for a pass, can't quite connect. And fighting for it, picked up by Friedman. He'll look for transition opportunity as Kavanaugh, shot saved by Shaw for the Sun Devils. Now heading the other way. A long pass finds Kirk. They will settle it down once again. Eck up top. He's been a huge part of this offense for the Sun Devils, getting a majority of their dodges so far. Still moving it around. Kirk now. This time Matt Decker looking, bumping up against his defender Friedman. Eck being guarded by Kavanaugh. Shot, scores! A nice underhanded shot by Decker. Finds the top corner.
Great look and feed into the middle. Just got all of that shot up into the top left corner of the net. As the score is now 7-4 for the University of Georgia.
It's been a very high-scoring game, wouldn't you say so, David?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, these teams are getting off to a hot start here in the first quarter. Dogs haven't shown much for their offense this season, but we're really seeing it pouring on today.
Absolutely. Another face-off here, picked up by Rodriguez. And a pass can't connect, as McLaughlin scoops it up one-handed. There is about 20 seconds to go in this first quarter. Sam Wheeler looking to dodge. He passes it out to Edler. Back to Paolo. His shot goes high. And so the Dogs now winning the chase. They will try and set up a short play that can get a goal in at least 10 seconds, as that's all they have. As it will start with Kavanaugh. He finds Wheeler in the crease, can't connect though. And the ball will roll out of bounds. So with 2 seconds left, Sun Devils on the wrong side of the field, as they will let the clock expire. So at the end of your first quarter, Dawgs 7, Sun Devils 4. I'm Ren Grimsley, joined by David Eberly and Joe Kopsho. We will take a short break here and return in the second quarter. Hello and welcome back as we get ready for second quarter action here in Athens, Georgia, as the Dawgs take on the Sun Devils of Arizona State.
See if the Dawgs can continue to pile it on this quarter, looking dominant offensively. Arizona State capitalizing a few times off the transition, as we've got a net problem, a couple zip ties, fixing things up at the Dawgs end.
Looks like we will be a go here as Luke Wright with the face-off for the Dawgs and Rodriguez still on the face-off for Arizona State. And a nice win there for Arizona State. Rodriguez picking it up, now fighting for it with Huber. He's all stopped up there, nowhere really to run. Finds the pass. As they will settle it down in their offensive zone. That's Pinto with the ball. Now back up to Eck. We've seen Eck a bunch, as I've mentioned before. Now heading the other way.
Oh, he's scared!
Can't quite connect with Decker in the crease.
Good hustle, Luke.
Moving it around. Eck being guarded by Kavanaugh. Moving it to the other side. Pass into the crease, I believe. Cannot connect. Could have been a shot. It's a little tough to say. Either way, the Dawgs will get the ball, and they will be heading as they look to clear. Kavanaugh with a nice move. Gets into the offensive zone. Passing it out to Edler. Dawgs still settling it down, looking to get the right personnel on. Alman now with it. He'll work down the alley. And now cutting up, shot, saved by Shaw. Alman looking to take it all by himself. This is Cox on the clear now. Finding a pass over the middle. And now in transition. Moving it quickly. Shot saved by Sutton.
Yet another chance for Arizona State off the in-zone rush as the Dawgs take it the other way.
Absolutely. And a nice save off what sounded like the knee of Sutton. That one could not have felt good. But those goalies are crazy. Now Almond once again with the ball. Excuse me, this is Edler. Edler working it. His shot scores! Edler cuts back to his right and finds the back of the net.
As we said before, this Arizona State goalie just cannot catch a break on a lot of these shots from the Dogs. That one gets lasered home by number 4, Nick Edler.
Absolutely unassisted on that one. And the Georgia bench excited about that one, doing a little celebration. Luke right here on the faceoff against Rodriguez. This is the matchup we've seen just about every time. And they will call it early on Rodriguez, so it will be a Georgia ball. Mallon now with the ball, usually on the defensive side. He'll get a little time to work in the offensive zone. Now back to Wheeler behind the goal. Pass over the top. Shot goes wide by Edler, looking to make that 2 in a row for him. So Dogs win the chase. Pass up top. Edler with the ball once again. He'll set up his dodge to his right. He'll cut back. It's Kavanaugh. It's Rory Kavanaugh picking it up. Now Rory working around down behind the goal. He works over the top. Shot scores. Rory Kavanaugh coming over. GLE on his left hand. Finds the back of the net, makes your score. Georgia 9, Arizona State 4.
It looked like he squeezed that one short side on the goalie.
Yeah, we see Rory Kavanaugh do that all the time, coming over GLE with his left hand and just finding a little bit of net to put it in. Luke Wright now on the face-off once again against Rodriguez. These two know each other very well. So they've been right up on top of each other this whole game. And now a win for the Dogs on the face-off. They'll settle it down. They'll get Nolly and Fazzari and Edwards on the field. Working it back now over to Nolly. He'll work it to Fazzari. Sets up his dodge. Left-handed shot saved by Shaw. And a much-needed save there by the goalie of Arizona State.
The Dogs absolutely dominating these past couple minutes, just staying in the Arizona State zone, really pressing their defense.
Absolutely. As Arizona State now with the ball in their zone. Eck with it. He'll work it down. Over to Teeter. Teeter passes it behind the net. To Rome. Looking for any pass. He'll dodge over the top. Goes wide. And Arizona State wins the chase. Now Eck with the ball. Being guarded by Jacob Peach. Staying strong on his hands. Decker now with it. Dodging on Huber. And they will call a warding on that one. So they will say Decker is using his free hand to push off against his defender, which is a turnover. And it will be Dawgs' ball heading the other way. And it looked like Arizona State was going to have a chance to set up a play and maybe get one in. Heading the other way, and an errant pass by Buckley gets picked off by Keelty. Now working in transition. Back to Keelty. His pass up top to Decker. Shot saved by the mask of Sutton. And Peach with it, heading the other way using his legs. Peach now moving it down to Rory Kavanaugh. As there is a flag on the field. Unsure what it is. As they will call it on the Sun Devils. There were too many men in the offensive zone for them, which will be a 30-second penalty. As Eck will take the knee for them. So another great man-up opportunity here for the Dawgs. Looking to extend their lead.
Steve, you're awesome. Steve, hey, it's Eli from lacrosse practice.
Moving it around. Trying to get that defense out of position.
Let's go, Black.
Edler now with it. Shot saved by Shaw. That was a shot by Wheeler. Now going to be a tough clear for Arizona State as they're still man down for a few more seconds. Arizona State settling it down now, trying to kill time as the man-up opportunity for the Dawgs will end. Aiden Williams picking it up, taking a hard check. He'll get it off to Saunders.
Oh yeah, guy.
And the referee will call a quick timeout as we have more trouble with the shot clock. Finally able to reset it.
Coming on.
Edler with it up top. Shot off the side of the net. That was Kavanaugh on the shot. Now looking to clear it. Finds Yoon over the middle. The deep hole heading over in transition. As Peters with it, the deep hole looking to get it off. He'll move it to Yoon. His shot goes wide.
Dangerous opportunity left there out alone in front, but fortunately enough, missed the net.
As that was Yoon with the long pole. Which can be a tricky shot for goalies to locate. Now Eck with it. Guarded by Quinn Kavanaugh. And looking for someone to dodge here. Arizona State has just been moving it around so far. It'll finally be Rome. He'll get it stripped.
Oh yeah, Steve. That's Black.
And they will call a push on the Dawgs. I believe it was on Sutton, who came out of the crease to fight for that ball.
Good idea by Sutton, as, like you said, out of the crease. If that ball gets picked up and moved out in front, it's a sure goal. So smart play.
Luckily a stoppage, and Sutton was able to get back in the crease. Now here Eck. He'll work over, moving it down to Rome behind the goal. Looking into the crease. Shot scored! Number 21, Matthew Teeter, coming down from the top through the crease.
Good job by Teeter finding that gap in the defense and putting that one home on a bounce shot.
As that is Teeter's second goal of the game. And a great assist there by Rome. We've seen him staying down behind the goal looking for a pass several times, this time finally finding it. Now Perchekli on the faceoff for the Dogs. Going up against Johnston, that long pole faceoff man for Arizona State. Still fighting for it. And picked up by Peters for Arizona State. Into the offensive zone, they'll settle it down.
Arizona State really finding their rhythm right now as they've had some phenomenal chances and a couple goals here in these past few minutes.
Absolutely, and winning the faceoff, which has been a bit of a struggle for them so far this game, now with an offensive zone opportunity. Now back up to Eck. It's been Eck, Teeter, and Decker who have been this main offensive midfield line.
Stay away top side. There you go. There you go. Yes, there you go.
And a nice defense there by Saunders, the short stick. So they were trying to attack him. And Aiden Williams, shot goes wide. That was a shot by Kupst. Rome now looking for a pass. Coming over the top, he'll move it. Out to Eck up top, he'll dodge. His shot goes wide. Moving it over to Decker. Finds Eck in the crease, and an underhanded shot, scores.
Eck certainly a man on the mission for that possession. Takes it, drives down to the net by himself, and just lucky enough, picks that one back up and puts it home.
Absolutely a great shot there by Eck, underhanded in tight space. Able to get that one off, and that's 2 goals in a row now for Arizona State. The most they've scored in a row this game so far. And Luke Wright winning the faceoff. And a hard check there. Strips the ball out, but picked up, looking to get rid of it. He finds Dylan Casey for the clear. Now moving it down to Wheeler. Edler back on the field now with it, as Alman and Paolo join him. Looking like Paolo setting up his dodge. The quick midfielder moves to his right. Now finding Buckley, shot, scores! Paul Buckley with the assist by Paolo. And a huge momentum swing there for the Dogs.
Nice little break from Arizona State's work closing the gap here. Arizona State's been really effective going through the X and getting the cutters out in front, kind of leaving Sutton out to dry in some areas, but the Dogs looking to take some of that momentum back here.
And it will be Perchekli on the face-off, going against Rodriguez for Arizona State. And Perchekli now tries to scoop it up, goes flying out of bounds. It's a tough break there for the Dogs. Looked like they were going to get a face-off win, be in their offensive zone, but it is heading the other way. And now some errant passing as Shaw looking to get rid of it. Moving it to Kirk. He'll go straight into his dodge, looking for a pass to Teeter. Arizona State moving it a little quicker now. About 3 minutes left here to go. Looking for a pass to the crease. Can't connect with Decker. And goes out of bounds. It will be Georgia ball.
I haven't used the timeout yet. We've got 3 minutes left. If you get in trouble, let me save you, okay? So that way we can draw something up.
Now sending it to Quinn Kavanaugh in the middle of the field. He'll have to work a little bit to get past the attackman of Arizona State. However, does so successfully, and he moves it off to Edwards up top. Now out to Nolly. This will be Eli Morin with the ball. Working to dodge. His first game back after being out for injury. Moving it around to Rory Kavanaugh. Gets stripped from him on a hard back check. And now heading the other way with it is Yoon. He's been a huge part of the transition for Arizona State this game. And a pass can't quite connect to Rome. Rolling around now. It's Dylan Casey fighting for it. It'll be picked up by Williams, but a whistle. And they will call a push in the back. So we've seen a couple of those. Seen a couple of those behind the goal. And now looking to see where they're going to start the ball from. They found the spot. Now up to Mullick. His first dodge of the game. Moving it down to Kyle Decker, who will work over the top. And Kirk now with a shot that goes wide. After a great stick check there by Williams when he was looking to shoot it. Working it up top now to Mullick. Once again, his shot saved by Sutton. Robinette with some great checks. Arizona State comes up with it. Now a shot, can't find the goal. As there will be a timeout by Arizona State with about 55 seconds to go. And we will take a short break while they figure out what they're going to do. We will be right back with the last minute of first half action here. I'm Ren Grimsley, joined by David Eberly and Joe Kopsho. We will be right back. We are back here at the intramural fields in Athens, Georgia. About 55 seconds to go in this second quarter. Arizona State with the ball. David, how huge is it if they get a goal here right before half?
I think that really sets a precedent for their comeback. They've really changed the momentum of this game this last quarter. And, you know, the Dawgs came out flying with 3 really quick goals. But Arizona State has managed to overcome the deficit that they faced early on.
Slowly creeping back. However, they will need to get one here. Rome now looking over. His pass out to Decker. Making a move. His shot saved by Sutton. Picked up by Casey with a great spin move.
Great move by Decker out in front. Absolutely loses his defender as the Dogs go the other way.
They will settle it down. About 20 seconds to go in the half.
Hey, we got 16. Hey, 15.
There will be another timeout. So both teams wanting to get the final word here. I predict the Dogs will at least get one more shot here. About 15 seconds to go. Who do you want taking the shot here with about 14 seconds left for the Dogs?
I think Edler, if he's out there. I mean, he's had a cannon and had a couple good ones. I think if anything, shooters shoot, and he's certainly proven himself today as a shooter.
I couldn't agree more. And so, defense with a short meeting here for the Dogs as they probably don't have much else going on this 14 seconds left in the half. Offense with a long meeting. And vice versa for Arizona State.
Black timeout's over. Black timeout's over. Let's break, guys. Timeout's over, girls.
The referee's urgent to get this going. He's got places to be after.
Absolutely.
It is St. Patrick's Day, so maybe a green beer or two for him. Although that young gentleman might not be able to drink. Might not be old enough.
All right. Starting with Paolo. He'll move it up to Edler. Edler moving it back out. Can't connect with Nolly, as that will expire time. 0.3 seconds left in this half. We'll fire it down the other way. So, David, you were almost right. Edler with the ball, but that will be the end of the first half. Your score, Georgia 10, Arizona State 6. And we will be back for second half action right here on the UGA Lacrosse YouTube channel.
This is PZ Music. This is Phase Music. This is Phase Music. Phase Music.
So, folks, we want to apologize as we were late coming back from break. Arizona State, I believe, put on a point on the board for their 7th of the game. I'm Joe Kopsho. Thank you for being on the UGA Lacrosse YouTube channel as we get another quick shot there. Unfortunately, with the camera being 30 feet up in the air, the HDMI cable connecting it has broke. So the rest of this stream, sadly, will occur as a radio broadcast. We can't apologize enough, but unfortunately, with the camera connection breaking, we have no other option. So we'll try and call this as a radio broadcast so you can understand as much, but we can't apologize enough. The Dogs currently with the ball after the score with about 14 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third period. Scoreboard will stay up. That part's working as the Dogs settle it down on the offensive side of the zone. It's with Edler as he'll look to start the run and get the offense going. He drops it off to the right side of goal as it'll look like Wheeler will start to cook at the front. Good ball movement here as McLaughlin cuts in. Big shot way over the net, though. That'll be out of play, and the Dogs will win the chase, so they'll keep the ball. We'll make sure to fix these issues for the next stream, folks, as a shot here turned away by the goalie as Kavanaugh came over the top, and it found the legs on the bounce shot, and Arizona State able to pick up the ground ball. They'll move it back to their defense and look to start a breakout. As Shaw in goal was able to get the movement going. However, he gets it back and he'll start to approach the line. He's all the way at midfield. And now a dangerous play from Arizona State. However, he's finally able to drop it off and Arizona State will set up their offense. Palo marking his man on the ride. Arizona State Sun Devils now on the attack. Good ball movement, little give and go. Big shot, sidearm right into Steven Sutton's netting. He'll start a quick break, dangerous pass, but brought in by the Dogs. They'll go down the other way as they enter their offensive zone. They'll settle it down, get their on-the-fly switches in and out. Edler with the ball at point. That's been his job the whole game. Including on the switch comes in Andrew McLaughlin. He'll be down low, now circles around. The ball is with Rory Kavanaugh on the near side. To the left of goalie, he goes to the X position on his run. He dumps it off, and it'll go all the way back to the top. Now beginning the dodge. Good move. Shot goes wide. Kavanaugh closest to it. Again, our deepest apologies for The stream falling apart a little bit here. Dodge from Roy. He's in the crease. It gets poked loose. Good stick check, and it finds the netting of a Sun Devil as Jack Pinto was able to pick it up. Arizona State with some dangerous clears as they look to get out of their defensive side, and they eventually do. Now the Sun Devils will set up. A lot of tired legs on the field on both sides as we get deeper and deeper in this game with 12 minutes left in the third. Sun Devils setting up to the right of Sutton, still near the top. Good stick checks, good defense. Now right in front of the crease. Shot on Sutton doesn't find its way through as it's turned away by Paolo. The midfielder gives it off to his pairing. He'll run off to get a little bit of a breather as Edler sets up the offense. Paolo usually so skilled on the dodge, but is able to pick up the ground ball there and get the offense working. Now UGA setting up.
Yeah, Joe, and the message at halftime for the Dogs was just keep doing what they're doing. Things were working for them. They were really happy on the offensive side, 10 goals. Can't complain about that. 26 shots, so they were very excited about that.
Yeah, after a dominant first quarter in which they put up a lot, the second quarter a little less worthy, but still a good job to put points up on the board. Here, shut out early, although we're just 4 minutes through this third quarter. Dogs have had a couple of dodges while Ren and I were talking, but this one looks to come to fruition. However, the pass into the exposition way high for Kavanaugh, who threw the stick up there but couldn't bring it down. So it'll go Arizona State's way. Sun Devils from behind the goal will get their run out, and an easy clear for them as the Dogs on the fly. Wheeler fakes a hard stick check as he pulled back from the baseball swing to just strike some fear into the Sun Devil as they begin their offensive possession. 10 minutes, 35 seconds remain here in this quarter. Arizona State scored early. Haven't seen anything since then. Here a dodge, poked loose, but scooped back up quickly by the Sun Devils. They'll go around the horn, good movement until it's in the X position. That's where they've liked to work a lot today with the in-breaking runs. Here a pure dodge, one spin move, two spin move, shot, turned away by Sutton. Think he got a part of that on his netting and was able to force it wide. However, Arizona State closest to it will not get a new shot clock, so Sutton didn't touch it. They'll have 30 seconds left, but still retain possession.
And a huge opportunity here if they get it to 2 goals. It's the closest they'll have been this whole game.
As Dogs and Sun Devils tumble to the ground, shot. I don't think it found its way out of the netting as it was poked loose. About 6 bodies fell onto the ground, and the Dogs will come away with it on the ground ball. Now beginning the offense, transition, trying to go coast to coast. Eventually giving it off is the Georgia Bulldog. He'll run off after a good possession there, as that was Kavanaugh partner, Quinn Kavanaugh. So Rory will get to work behind the net after Quinn does an amazing job on defense, and the Dogs will get to work. They settle it down, take their time after not looking for the transition offense. Here a dodge, half spin, and a good job to force them out by Arizona State. Trying to keep them out of the alley and get them down the long way so they have tight angles. Here a pass, dangerous, but Kavanaugh able to bring it in the X position. He'll work his way out in front. Now looks for a pass as the body of Arizona State will turn him away. Still with him, shot overhand, and 5 holes the goalie. Not sure how that one found its way through, but it did as he came well over the top and was just able to beat the goalie down low.
And that was Rory Kavanaugh doing once again what we saw earlier, working hard on that left hand, going back and forth, lots of cutbacks, and a nice hard shot, like you said, goes 5-hole. And a shout out to Quinn Kavanaugh as well, as he was the one who got the ball into the offensive zone. So a big time there for the Kavanaugh brothers, working hard there to get another goal for the Dogs.
Again, for the folks watching, yes, your screen is black with a scoreboard. We mentioned at the end of half, our HDMI cable just broke as it was in the camera, meaning we have no way to get the camera to the stream, so we apologize again. And this is going to be a radio kind of broadcast from now on, where I switch from being a producer to try and give you a more in-depth play-by-play as Arizona State wins that face-off. So they'll start on offense, looking for a response after the double ones from UGA get on the board with the 11. Big dodge, big push, as UGA takes down their man. Now it opens up for Arizona State. A shot off the shin of Sutton as he turns that one away. A couple bruises on his legs for sure after this one, but another good job by him to force that one wide.
He's had some really huge saves so far in this second half. Been really locked in.
And just want to, again, apologize. We've said it ad nauseum, but camera is broken. We'll look to fix that on the next stream and order a new HDMI cable. As, believe it or not, when you put a camera 40 feet in the air, there seems to be problems with it. Shot here. This one beats Sutton. Looked unsuspecting, but the dodge to the outside is able to get past Sutton as the Arizona State Sun Devil puts it in the back of the net and brings this one closer again, 11-8.
Yeah, that was Nick Eck on the goal. He's been a big part of this Arizona State offense, taking a huge percentage of their dodges. This time, dodging and unassisted gets a goal. Makes your score Georgia 11, Sun Devils 8.
Yeah, good job by Eck on his dodge there. Georgia wasn't exactly right in front of him, so he had an angle to take the shot, but wasn't a great one, so Eck able to put a little mustard on it, change the angle, get some spin, and get able to work after a long face-off draw. The Dogs will come away with it, scooping up the ground ball after a bit of a battle near that midfield spot. They'll enter their offensive zone. Good pass by Luke Wright to give it off to Rory Kavanaugh and set up the Dog offense. As the Dogs look to get working here. Again, want to apologize that the camera is out as the Dogs in the X position start to work. Powell, good dodge, can't get it down low enough on the shot as it goes right over that orange piping. However, Dogs closest will retain possession. Dog out there by where that ball just went, probably happy he got a little treat as he'll go to retrieve it. As these Dogs get to work. Long run from the X position by Wheeler. He loses his man on a step. However, that long pole keeps him behind the net. Now out in front, Edler. He's been good today. He'll pass up the shot. This one dangerous as Paolo picks it up in the crease. Shot, score! Bouncing ball, doesn't matter to Paolo as he's able to pick it up and put it in the back of the net. Didn't just place it there, threw it with some oomph as it beats the goalie.
What an effort by Paolo, shooting that as he's falling to the ground. It had 4 guys on him. Excellent effort by him to get that in the back of the net.
Again, folks, want to apologize that the camera is out. That is why you have a black screen. The scoreboard should remain on the board. It is accurate as off the face-off draw, just like they started this half. Arizona State wins it quick on the transition, puts it in the back of the net. And that one brings this game one closer, 12-9. Georgia keeps pulling away. Arizona State says we're going to be right there as they score pretty much right off the face-off draw.
Is something that Coach Axley was talking to the boys about in the huddle is how dominant Arizona State has been on these transitions. And, you know, once again, they're coming and showing that they have that firepower and speed to dominate.
Yeah, not often the Dogs get outclassed in the athleticism category as a flag will fly on a hard Georgia body check. I don't know if I agree with that one, Ren, as it looked pretty clean on the extension as the face-off now will go in Arizona State's way. What did you think, Ren?
Yeah, they're going to call a cross-check on Quinn Kavanaugh on that one, as I think it was probably just a little bit high. As he's going for the shoulders, sometimes it can slide up the body into the neck and head area.
I would have to agree that would be the call on it, as the ref will – the Zebras come together and they'll discuss, and it's going to be, as Ren said, a cross-check, but only a minute on it. So Dogs will go man down, Sun Devils will go man up. I believe the first time the Devils have been up, man up.
And so now the first man-up opportunity for Arizona State in this game, as they'll be able to cut the lead to 2 if they're able to get one here.
And Kavanaugh not happy as he takes the knee. That one, Quinn Kavanaugh, as Rory will remain out on the offense if the Dogs can get it there. However, we've resumed play. Clock's ticking. Arizona State Sun Devils on the man up. This is a good chance for them to start clawing back in this game and get double digits on the board for their offense. Good movement, just going around the horn, every position, not really dodging yet until they feel something's open. Pass in the crease, broken up, ground ball right in front of Sutton, pops into the air, still battling for it. No team can get clean possession. It should go Arizona State's way, and it finally does as they scoop it up towards the Dogs sideline. Now, another loose one, this time picked up by the long stick midfielder. He'll start the run. Good job by the Dogs on the man up, and now they'll settle it down. Smart to not go for the transition offense as Robinette, excellent job picking up that one and getting his offense started, as they'll take their time, of course, with a man down. In the X position, Kavanaugh dumps it off to the left of goalie, all the way near the sideline. Good movement by Paolo. He'll take Rory Kavanaugh's spot as he seems eagerly content to just wind down this man-down clock.
Yeah, smart to get it to Paolo when you're man down with the ball. Arizona State has the extra guy, but Paolo is just so quick and so fast. Seems like he can run for days.
And now he'll do a long pass all the way back right towards us at midfield as Allman brings it in. Paolo, of course, the NCAA transfer, got a little bit of speed as his small size allows him to dodge effectively under a lot of checks, as Allman started to dodge but was forced out by every Sun Devil possible as the play clock ticks under 20 seconds, or shot clock, excuse me. Now under 15, so just trying to kill the man off. I guess it was 2 minutes. Looked like one shot here, sidearm, just misses everything, so that won't reset the clock. And that for that reason, it should end up Arizona State's ball at some point. Although we're going to have a whistle here because I believe the clock wasn't exactly right.
Yeah, they're trying to figure this one out as there's some shot clock issues here, arguing about whether it should have been reset.
I think the question is that after the ball went out of play, the shot clock didn't stop. So there would have been about 7 seconds left on the shot clock. However, it rolled all the way down to 0. They'll give them 6 seconds. Only 1 second off, not too bad. As we approach 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Having to work quick, Dodge cuts in. He's got room, Kavanaugh, shot turned away. That'll reset the shot clock. However, Arizona State, the first there to pick it up.
Rory Kavanaugh cutting through 3 guys to get that one off. Just a great save there by Shaw. Huge save, if I do say so.
He's been in and out. He's kind of left out to dry, and a lot of the chances that he's really had a chance to make a save, he's done excellent, as Arizona State will start their offense. Good ball movement here as, guess what, man down for the Dogs ends, so everything back at even as Kavanaugh, the important defender, hustles out there. He'll man up his man, however, Arizona State not looking to try him again after he laid that big check. That was called a cross check. Arizona State content to just move the ball. No dodges yet. Now from the X position, looking to get an inside run. They can't get it. Fake shot from the point. And that grabbed the stick, and the shot after it goes wide. That one should have been a whistle, I think, Ren.
Yeah. Arizona State going to win the chase, though, nonetheless.
And they'll start from the point again, as same man that just missed the shot this time will convert, as he ran in right in front of Sutton, unable to be bodied up. And Arizona State, while they can't get it on the man up, they get it at even strength and get their double-digit points on the board, and now just trail by 2 as Decker, an amazing job after he missed to bounce back and put that one in the back of the net.
Absolutely, and that was Decker's second goal of this half. He's been a huge part of maintaining this comeback as Arizona State just creeping right back.
Yeah, it hasn't been this close since the opening minutes of the game. I believe we saw 10 goals in the first quarter, so we've settled down a little bit, but that lead for Georgia grew with those 10 total goals in the first quarter. So it's been a while since the Sun Devils have been in this spot. After the face-off draw, Dogs come away with it, and they'll settle it down, not able to get anything as they won it back towards their side. So they just establish the offensive possession. as we tick under 2 minutes and 40-ish seconds. Again, apologies for the camera. We'll try our best. As we get later in the season, I'm sure we'll get better, but nothing we can really do about an HDMI cable giving way. As the dodge here by Palo, he ends up right even with the goal, but he'll have to give it up to the other side. Now a pass into the slot crease right down low is broken up. However, it's picked up back by the Dawgs.
There's a bit of a risky pass into the crease by Almond, but he's able to pick it back up and maintain possession.
And now Edler on the run. He'll have to give it up. This one in the crease, he just can't get it down on the shot. Can't see the number. The idea, though, was right out in front, try and go bar down. However, couldn't get low enough as it just came out of the netting of the pole. A little weird. That looks like McLaughlin. However, Dawgs closest to it on the chase. They'll keep possession as we're just under 2 minutes now here in this quarter. Third quarter action. Here, wraparound opportunity. However, Wheeler can't beat the long stick. He'll give it off to Palo. Palo, shot. This one bounces skyscraper height in the air. That one might end up on top of the parking garage, as I think it hit off a pole or the iron of the netting. If that one hit off the goalie, he might need a little bit of medical attention, but everything seems fine as the Dawgs will be the first to get there. And their shot clock did reset, so assume it's on net. And Palo plays with his defender a little bit, picks up the ball, now begins his run, passes it off. No one home there. And that errant pass will keep it with the Dawgs. It did tip off a defender's pole, as we've got a military helicopter going above us. They want to watch some free lacrosse. As under 80 seconds now in this third quarter. Palo moving it around top of the horn. Dawgs seem content to start runs. However, Arizona State pokes this one loose. They'll pick up the ground ball. Good job by the short stick to get that one out of the netting of Edler. He'll break the plane and get the offense going as he looks to change on the fly.
That defender was Lohman for Arizona State, trying to attack that defensive midfielder and not get poke checked, but just unlucky. But a great play by Lohman there.
Yeah, good job with not the extra length on the pole, but to still poke it free. And now Arizona State a chance to bring this within one as we tick under a minute. Well under a minute now, as I think I just gave Coach Holland the situation report with the time as he talks with his team on the sideline as the defense sets up. Arizona State probably looking for the last shot here. Passing the crease. Shot scored. No defense there to help Sutton out. That one well into the crease. Not sure how he kept his feet out of it, but reached in the pole and was able to just throw it right down at the line. And with 25 seconds left, Arizona State brings it within one.
And Matt Decker again, this time with the assist, finding Gartland right there on the crease and able to get a little crease shot there, able to get past Sutton. Brings it within one now. Another huge face-off for Arizona State.
Yeah, with dwindling time, they'd like to get a shot off and bring this one tied for the fourth quarter. This one towards Georgia's defensive side. The ground ball not scooped up yet, now picked up by Arizona State. They look content to slow it down as they'll likely want a timeout here. I think they got it. They did, so timeout White. I need a little bit of a break. First time calling radio lacrosse. Again, apologies for the camera cutting out, but for Ren Grimsley, now on color, did play-by-play for the first half excellently. David Eberly, who's done a little bit of everything and great color commentary. I'm Joe Kopsho. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to the UGA Lacrosse channel. My name's Joe Kopsho. I'm play-by-play for this radio stream now. Not exactly how we planned it, but we've got a good one. Hopefully you don't get tired of my voice because this looks like it'll play out excellently as this has just started up again. Reminder, just about 10 seconds left in this quarter. Arizona State with the ball right now being locked down in the corner. They'll pass the point, an errant pass. That'll likely end the quarter as Georgia picks up the ground ball. They'll have to shoot it. No shot gets off as Kavanaugh just clears the zone. So 15 seconds of action, 15 minutes of more action left. As for the fourth quarter, we'll be back in a one-score game where currently the Dawgs lead 12-11. Welcome back for fourth quarter action here on the UGA Lacrosse YouTube channel. Blacked out stream as the message of the recent meeting between quarters was scoop up every ground ball. And after losing the original face-off, the Dawgs are able to do so by poking it loose, and they'll start their offense.
Yeah,
Good job.
Been slow offensively for the Dawgs so far in the second half. Only 2 goals compared to the 10 in the first half.
Yeah, good job by the Dawgs to listen to Coach's message, as I think something along the lines was said of no matter what it takes, get those ground balls, and they did there. So they'll start their offense. However, they had to slow it down, so 50 seconds on the shot clock, as it looks like a lot of individual runs, not a lot of men cutting into the crease for open passes, just individual runs here as we get it to the top of the horn. Dawgs will start to move it around. Again, another run. A good dodge here, though. Top of the key shot turned away by a defender as the bounce hit off one of the shins, and Arizona State will scoop that one up and go the other way.
Transition opportunity for Arizona State. It's where they've been really good, gotten several of their goals. However, Georgia able to shut this one down.
As slowing it down are the Sun Devils as they look to get something going. Decker, the main man at the top, however, he gives it off, and another man gives it off, and they start their clean passing. Back to Decker now. He looks like he has no plans to start a dodge as it comes now to the left side of Sutton, right on the Sun Devils bench. They'll start moving it again, similar to the Dawgs, just complacent in making their own runs, no real cuts right towards the crease. Here now a dodge, a good check from the Bulldog, pushes them outside. Now this pass out in front, shot scored! Just beats Sutton. That one was close to his net, but he just couldn't throw it up in time. As now this game all knotted up. Hey, we've played a little over 45 minutes, and we're pretty much back to where we started, Ren.
Yeah, Kyle Decker on the goal there, as he had basically just a step down. No one in his hands to try and break that up. Goes right over the stick of Sutton, and it's tied up, which it was not looking like it was ever going to be this close again in the first half. Georgia was running away with it. However, as we've been mentioning, Arizona State slowly crept up and got it back.
And now they win the face-off, so a chance to try and add on more. However, an errant pass. This ball in danger of rolling out of bounds, and it does. It didn't hit a Georgia defender, so they'll take possession of the ball. So a little lucky on the Georgia side that despite losing the face-off, they're able to get the ball and try and get back on top of this one. Game clock is not running. It starts, so a little bit difference here than we expected. Thank you to everyone tuning in, even through the technical difficulties. Not exactly how we expected this one to play out, but we've got an excellent game here. As the Dogs start on the offensive side, they'll start their movement. However, this one goes out of bounds after a shot goes wide. Didn't find anything, so shot clock will remain at half as the Dogs try and find something now. Almond moves it now to the left side of goalie, far side from us. Individual dodges, not finding anything on the long stick defender. Now the midi on Almond. He finds some space, has to cut around though as the help comes from the defensive side. Now in the X position with time waning in the clock. 20 seconds remain in this shot clock. Dogs will reset back up to the point right where we started, with Almond looking to do something. His dodge, again, the help side of the defenders helps. He throws one on goal, but an easy enough save for the goalie Shaw, Ren.
Yeah, that was just a bit outside of probably the range that they were wanting to shoot, and it makes it an easy save for Shaw there. And a nice clear by the Sun Devils as they set up in their offensive zone.
As you mentioned, Sun Devils looking to maybe get their first lead of the game. I don't want to state it for sure, but here right out in front in the crease, it's Decker. Jump shot finds all of Sutton, so he's able to bring it in. As he was looking for the highlight reel, but couldn't get it to convert. So Sutton will start the breakout and try and get the clear going as we tick under 11 minutes here in this game. So Sun Devils keep it even, can't get their first lead of the game, I believe, and the Dogs will be on offense. It looks like Almond just held up. Excuse me, that's Edler, and he was holding his hamstring. So he, I believe, is going to come off as he looked to go one way, his body looked to go the other. Hopefully he's okay as he reaches the sideline, and the Dogs will bring on a new man with this unit. It's Morin, mentioned coming back from injury. I'm sure he would like to add one here as he starts his run, gives it off. Dogs now shot over the top, can't find the net, but they'll say it does. Hey, guess what? We need to fix our goals after that one rips through the back of the net. Little too much juice, but not for it to count as a goal, as the goal scorer could have had to take some money out of his savings account to buy a new netting for that one, Ren.
Paul Buckley on the shot with a bit of a crow hop. Finds the back of the net. Like you said, the net literally ripped as the ball went through it, as it had a weird bounce. It looked like it didn't go in. And Dogs have now taken the lead. A huge, much-needed goal. Every goal matters now. It's only a one-goal game.
You know, when I go on safaris, I'm not too much of a zebra enjoyer, but right there, the zebras and refs got it right. Good eye on them. That should be a push in the back. The Dogs are screaming for it. They don't get it. However, they do win the faceoff now on an errant pass due to the push in the back, just having to get up and throw it. Arizona State comes up with it. The bench for the Dogs not going to be happy with that one, as they thought, I believe Luke Wright, the Fogo man, was taken out with a push in the back. So Arizona State will set up their offense. They'll get their switches. And they'll settle it down. They know it's important. They need to score here to bring it back to even. 13-12 Dogs as we're under 10 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
And one mistake could drastically shift the momentum for the other team, as there's no room for error.
Here, shot this one well wide. However, of course, Arizona State with their ex-attacker in the right spot will be first to it, so they'll keep it. They get it in quick to try and get the Dogs' defense that was a little spread out to try and bend, but they don't break as they'll have to reset up again. Here out in front, one-on-one with the defender. Sun Devil takes his shoulder into him, finds nothing. Good D right there by the Dogs. They'll have to reset again. That's so much of what lacrosse is, just trying to find a mismatch, and if it doesn't go your way, got to reset. Another good job by the defender. He gets a little help now as he was losing it, as Mallon was able to do enough here. Shot as it comes from the X position, scores as it beats Sutton down low, and Arizona State brings it back to even. Good ball movement going from behind after a lot of good defense. Just couldn't poke the ball free. Arizona State able to throw it back to the top, just a little right of Sutton, a big angle for the attacker, and he's able to convert.
Yeah, Rome beat his man on the back of the goal at that X spot, and then was just able to come over GLE and found a nice pass up to McNeil for a goal, tying it up.
Yeah, that's the thing about individual runs, is it's the easiest way to create space in the defense, because if you can beat your man, the defense has to come help, and then they're all out of whack, and that's what happened there. Of course, passing around the horn can help, but that doesn't create as much movement. As after the face-off, the Sun Devils bring it in, and we'll see Laundry on the field as that penalty was on Georgia for a cross-check. Shot here during the penalty. That should be another one, and it is. And wow, Ren, on the far side, it looked like a cross-check, and then on the short side, it looks like another one from Quinn Cavanaugh. The shot goes wide, so we remain where we're at, but it'll look like it'll be a good opportunity for Arizona State.
Emotions definitely running high here as the Arizona State bench takes exception to that and starts chirping a little bit at the Georgia players.
Let's go, D, hold it down!
So a big two-man up opportunity for Arizona State, as when those two penalties occurred, it looked like it was raining yellow rags flying all over the field, and the refs will figure it out.
Yeah, and the big thing, of course, any two-man up advantage is huge for a team, but I could see this being an extended two-man up, as I doubt we'll see 30 seconds on either of them. But we'll see. I've been wrong before. More wrong than I am right, as the ref comes towards the scorekeeper's table to discuss. We got unnecessary for 1 minute on Cavanaugh, and 1 minute on the other penalty to Casey. So 2 1 minutes. So Arizona State will be 2 men up for 60 seconds.
And when you're two-man down, it's huge that the defense keeps their stick up in passing lanes and make sure that the crease is guarded, as that middle is so vulnerable.
And the Dogs just have to hope to keep Arizona State off the board. They have good movement. Of course, they're just going to pass to look to get the defense to shrink in, as with only 4 men out there, they're going to have to try and switch to everything, as the first shot of the two-man, as the movement occurs, goes well wide. So the two-man up, first shot doesn't find its way in. Just passing around the horn to the X, of course, to the left of Sutton, back to the X. Here into the crease, doesn't find anyone, back to the point. Again, just good movement here. Now the left of Sutton, fake shot, cut in. Right in front of the crease, can't get it to go. Clock will stop as that one goes out of play. The defense really showing out here for the Dogs. This could be a big momentum swing. All momentum in favor of the Sun Devils, but if the Dogs can get a stop, that speaks volumes. Good job to chase off the line here. Sun Devils keep possession, back to the point, keep moving it. Now in the X spot. 2 men back there. It goes to the one to the Sutton's right. Here, shot into the crease. Sutton turns it away with his leg. What a save, as that one was right in the crease, and that will end the 2 men up, Ren.
Great stop there by Georgia. They were moving so quickly in that square formation.
And now here, shot after the 2-man ends. 2 men up. They go back to even, and Arizona State scores.
There were a couple of great saves by Sutton there during the man down. However, unable to locate that one. Interesting that pretty much as soon as the man up ended is when they were able to get one in.
Yeah, we saw that earlier.
Just about to say, the Dogs with that men down situation, doing a great job sticking to that box and having really tight movement, making Arizona State work around the perimeter. But unfortunately, Arizona State scores, and they're coming down on the attack again.
Yeah, they win the face-off draw, so a chance to get their biggest lead of the game. Of course, their first lead now, up 14-13. This is just a totally different game than we expected after we saw the first quarter. as this shot, a bouncer, goes wide, as we expected Georgia to just be in the driver's seat for the rest of the game. Now they're going to have to battle from behind. And this has really been what the season has looked like. As the Dogs have been in every game, they just haven't been able to close out many.
And Arizona State scores again. Big shot by Eck, who's again making his presence known to the Georgia sideline, as that one is a bounce through the legs of Sutton.
As timeout comes in from Coach Holland Axley as that one scored. So 15-13, Coach sees his team needs a little bit of a break and a reset, so they'll do that, and we'll be right back after this short timeout. So wind is picking up here in Athens, Georgia at the intramural fields as the Dogs now trail by 2. So we apologize if our mics pick up any wind, as it's been a rough day for the technical team, but battling through as there's just under 7 minutes, and the Dogs will be on a draw, of course, as they've been losing the past couple, which has allowed Arizona State to get back in this one. We'll have a quick whistle after the face-off, and it will go in favor of Arizona State.
The message from Coach Axley in that timeout is to keep fighting, making sure that the Dogs keep their heads in the game and really understand that they have a chance to come back and win this one.
Yeah, and that's important, especially with the history so far this season. Lots of close losses after the Bulldogs are ranked top 10 at the poll to start this season, now towards the bottom of it. So is Arizona State, right around the 20 mark. Georgia will need to now mount a comeback, a position they didn't see themselves in as Arizona State sets up on offense. Ground ball opportunity here for the Dogs as an errant pass kicked off low. However, Sun Devils pick it back up and will start their offense. Now under 6 minutes. Dodge here into the crease. Shot, a bouncer, goes wide. However, Sun Devils closest to it when it kicked out of play right behind goalie Steven Sutton. So they'll keep possession. However, their shot clock getting low, just about 20 seconds on it as they look to get their runs. Exposition here. And the Dogs pick off the pass. Now a long pass to try and get the transition offense going. It's rolling away from the Dog. However, he's able to stick it with the long stick and pick it up. And now this is exactly what the Dogs needed. They've been on the back burners on the defensive side. Now a chance to start their offense as we're just around 5 minutes left in this one.
Yeah, the Dogs still have time to score, but they need to go ahead and do it so that they can mount this tie and then eventually get one back.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the position where you need 2 goals in about a minute, because that really just puts Arizona State in the driver's seat as Paolo takes a shot early in the shot clock and misses wide. Yeah, you really don't want to be in the position where you just need all your goals quickly. You would like to at least be within 1 as time dwindles so that you really feel like you're in it and it doesn't become a clock game. Here, Dogs start their possession after they get it back. After Paolo missed wide, that high pass wasn't brought in cleanly, but eventually brought in by Edler. He looks to dodge, however, can't find anything. However, now low in the crease, open, half spin move. Can't find anything, can't cut inside, so they'll reset while the Dogs at the top of the horn. Paolo, the main dodger, he takes a shot again high. He has such an excellent ability to get himself open, but hasn't been able to throw that ball on net, really.
It's been the story of the Dawgs offense these past 2 quarters. It seems like any shot that they take has been wide of the net, most of the time high.
Here again, the Dawgs will start this one, finds the side of the netting, and the goalie will fall on it for Arizona State. So that one found some of the netting, just not the back of it, and Arizona State will come the other way. 15-13, under 4 minutes. A good game playing out here at the intramural fields. UGA looking for a home win. They haven't even been home since the very first 2 games of the season. So they would love to pick up a home win in their return to this crowd. Arizona State, of course, with the 2-goal lead and plenty of time on the shot clock, which just now ticks under 50 seconds. They'll take their time. Moving all the way from the Sun Devils bench to the far side of the field from behind the goal. And Quinn Cavanaugh trying to force a ground ball with a stick check. However, he can't get anything as it moves back into the X position on the pass. Here back right in front of Sutton after a good dodge. He gives it off, shot from the point, right into Sutton's netting. He'll start the breakout. I'm sure the Dawgs would love some transition offense as Cavanaugh. Quinn from the defensive spot goes coast to coast. He's looking for a shot. He'll take one, and on the bounce shot, it finds the Arizona State Sun Devils goalie, and they'll come back the other way. A little bit of ping pong here as maybe Quinn Cavanaugh, his eyes got a little too big, and he took a shot when he should have settled it down.
Arizona State in no rush to get any sort of shot. Probably not going to want to set up their play until there's about 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
As Arizona State is just sitting in the corner near side to the left of Sutton, right in front of their bench, just making clean, crisp passes before any defender can really get in there and try and poke the ball loose. As 2-minute warning approaches, a 2-goal deficit for the Bulldogs. This is starting to look bleary for them. Shot here goes high for Arizona State. However, they're the first to it. Bulldogs will have to try and play a little more aggressively to get those chase and try and get to the ball. However, Arizona State will start here. An errant pass picked up by the Dog. He can't get it cleanly. He eventually does. Good job to ride him. Does Arizona State. However, he comes the other way. Shot here, quick one, and it's turned away again. That's a push in the back. That's going to be the easiest flag of the day for these refs, and that might start a fight. As we got a little bit of scuffle with the goalie. That is all emotion, Ren, after missing the shot, just committing that penalty.
Yeah, I mean, emotions are getting really intense over here on the bench, and the opposite on the Sun Devils bench, but with about a minute and a half to go, Georgia's got to win the little things, the face-offs. You got to beat your man on the dodge, find that open pass, and then take a really great shot, and able to find the back of the net.
Now they're going to be a man down. So it's going to be harder to score 2 goals in just over 90 seconds, especially when you're a man down. All momentum and all likely winning are the Arizona State Sun Devils. Bulldogs will start to need a miracle here as time dwindles, as we finally get play started again. Of course, Arizona State and their offensive side, after the penalty, they'll be a man up. And the Dogs, being a man down, will have to be super aggressive on defense. We see it here right at the point. That creates a pass all the way down to the X position. And with a man down, someone's always going to be open. They just have to hope Arizona State makes a mental mistake. They haven't. However, they take a quick shot. Dangerous as if Sutton brought that in. That could change how this game plays out. However, the shot missed high, and Arizona State was closest on the chase. They'll get it back in quickly. And as the man down ends, Georgia able to force a ground ball, but a whistle. They're going to say Arizona State got a timeout. And Holland Axley trying to get his team under control as they are furious.
Yeah, Evan Mallon coming over as soon as that man up ended for Arizona State. They're telling him to leave the refs alone, but as Mallon was coming over and attacked the man with the ball, they're saying Arizona State got a timeout right before the ball came loose. as they won't get that timeout if the ball was on the ground.
And the refs will have a little powwow about it, discussing the situation. But the Dawgs definitely heated, definitely need to make sure that they don't let their emotions take the best of them and they don't get any more flags as we come to the end of this game.
I would say the Dawgs have the correct argument here. However, the way they went about it, not a positive look for them, as they kind of immediately started verbally going at the refs. So, the way it goes, illegal procedure for Arizona State on the timeout. That's what I thought we would see. So that gives Georgia the ball, and Georgia, luckily for them, able to avoid anything on how they dealt with that early whistle. So 61 seconds, 2 goals needed. You're going to need a quick one here, right, Ren and Eberly, and then try and win a face-off.
Absolutely. Ball starting with Edler, it's likely that he'll go straight into his dodge without having to pass it.
And we'll see how all the practice for this team pays off, as they practice this moment a lot. Actually, Edler giving it up to Paolo. This is the guy they want on the dodge. He just needs to get the shot on goal. He turns around, gets it back to the point. Well, we see a shot. We do. Almond. And it gets turned aside by the goalie, who's eventually able to pick it up. And that one, in all likelihood, ends this one.
And they got it to Paolo so that he could attack the short stick D midfielder. Over a long pass, or long shot from Almond. Shaw able to find that one.
So Arizona State will set up on the offensive side, and as time ticks down under 25 seconds, it's going to be all but over for the Dawgs, as they'll lose another one. They were in the driver's seat. They had a great first quarter, a great first half. The second half flipped the script in favor of the Sun Devils. Now, Sun Devils start to celebrate as time ticks from 3 to 2 to 1. The ringer goes off, the buzzer is done, and the Sun Devils win this one. They'll line up for handshakes, but final thoughts from you, Ren and David.
Yeah, that was a great job by Arizona State in that second half to make some adjustments.
As we got a scuffle on the field, the Arizona State surrounding one of the Georgia players can't quite see who it is, but this will not be a friendly ending to what has been a hard-fought game for both teams. Georgia, unfortunately, the short end of the stick, has kind of fall off from their first quarter performance with a dominating and explosive offense, as Arizona State starts utilizing that X position more and closing the deficit and ultimately this comeback.
Yeah, we hope it remains classy, but I would assume we're not going to get any post-game handshakes, as the Dawgs are still getting into it, as the Sun Devils surrounded one of the attackers for Georgia. And now we're going to have a flag. We got 2 ejections post-game. So 1 on each side, Wheeler, and I'm not sure I heard the number for Arizona State. I think it was number 1, Kialti. So after the game, they'll likely have to sit out some part of next game, likely all of it, but maybe just the first half, as Wheeler is still hot on the bench. We're gonna go ahead and end this one, as
I think so.
It's getting chippy, but just want to keep you updated about next game, so maybe some different looks for both of these teams. But thank you for tuning in. We are so apologetic for how the camera cut off. We hope the radio broadcast was enough, as Arizona State University Sun Devils walk away with a 15-13 victory over the University of Georgia. Again, thanks for watching. For Ren Grimsley and David Eberly, I'm Joe Kopsho. We'll see you for the next stream where we will have camera.